How's it? Today's Monday, July 13th, and today I got a bunch of snatches in today. Uh, so given how everything's been going, Steve wanted me to move into hang snatches, but not just one single or a few doubles or what it is, whatever that is. He wanted me to push on the heavy single and the doubles. So last week I believe I did 175 for 5 doubles. So today he wanted me to see if I could do a heavy single around 195 with 3 downsets of hang snatch doubles at around 185. That way I work on the heavier reps or the heavier singles, and then I also work at a heavier intensity for the doubles set, assuming I'm building off of last week. So with that in mind, I was pretty nervous about today. 195 for a hang snatch is not super easy, and it's not a weight that I know I can always hit. I've failed it a few times already this training cycle. So getting up to 185 was a little precarious, and then getting beyond that was even more. But I think I figured out a couple things on how to lift a little bit better as far as my hang snatches go. So I've been trying to do that thing where my knees go out and that creates a kind of forward angle on my shins. I don't always do it the best, but that's not at the forefront of my thought anymore. My thought is more about getting foot pressure to be a little bit further away from my heels. Not necessarily on the front, but definitely not on my heels. That along with kind of staying connected to the bar and continuing to pull up so that I can pull myself under after my extension. I think those two things kind of pulled a lot of things together today. So here's basically my last my last hang snatch that I know that I was going to make, even though I did take that step forward. This is 175. And the 185 is kind of basically a working weight, a working set weight. So I was really nervous about these weights here. 185, 190, and then 195, just for the singles. I was pretty happy with that, and then 195 again, super nervous. I was extremely happy with how that felt. It felt really good. If my technique looked like that all the time, then I think I would be a lot better of a weightlifter. But it does have some sort of semblance to looking like that on a regular basis. So after that, I moved into 185 again for those 3 doubles. This is the first one. This is kind of just to solidify the technique, and if I can do one, chances are I'll be able to do 2. So in the coming weeks, Steve would like me to push this to around 200 if possible. You saw there, I was a little bit behind the bar at extension. That was a lot better. So when I'm a little bit behind the bar, then that means that the bar doesn't go straight up. It will kind of go forward instead of up. That was a lot better. So if I can keep my shoulders and my chest above the bar while getting leg drive to push the bar up through hip extension, then I'll be able to generally get the bar straight up over my head. And so after that, I moved into some snatch pulls. I haven't done snatch pulls in a very, very long time, so I'm not sure if these are even good. But I liked how high I was able to get all of these. So 185, 195, and then 205 for 3 sets of 3. Yeah, I was really happy with how high I was able to get these. I might have pushed a little bit too hard on my hips on a few of them, but I think for the most part these are pretty good as long as I get my hips straight. I don't want my hips to be pushed forward. If anything, I want my hips to be neutral and then my shoulders to be behind my hips, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm basically getting these about sternum. Some of them are around my nipple, but this is really high for, I think, my snatch pulls. I don't think I've ever pulled with this type of intent before, and it feels like I'm just figuring out how to do the snatch pull. It's really exciting to move the weights the way I'm moving them right here. And then after that, I moved into some snatch balances. Last week I went to 215 for one, well, for 3 sets of one. And then this week, he wanted me to kind of take it back a little bit so that I have a progression to be made. So today I went to 210 for 3 ones. And these all felt really nice. I feel really strong overhead. I feel like my overhead squat is pretty stable, and it's right over where I want it to be on my head. Like, I don't feel out of place in any of these. So here's my last warm-up. And then my first working set at 210. Yeah. I feel really strong overhead. I think I'm looking pretty strong overhead. Which is pretty reassuring because a couple weeks ago, the push press plus overhead squat, snatch push press plus overhead squat was not easy. It was not fun. I didn't like doing any of those. I felt like I was very out of place. So that's positive. After that, I do some strict bodyweight pull-ups, just 6 sets of 5. Get a real good stretch on the way down. That's kind of the whole theme that he wants me to work for all my accessories moving forward. And then finish up with some core. This is the first time I do GHD sit-ups at this gym, I believe, if I recall correctly. No, this is actually the second time. This is the second time. I like them a lot. I like the setup I had at school, but beggars can't be choosers. And yeah, that'd be it for today. Overall, a really good training day. So, thank you for watching. Shoots.